Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along this morning. It's a pleasure to have you all here. For those that I haven't met and don't know me, I'm Michael Smith, and I'm the Chairman of First Mortgage Managers. Alongside me here, we have Paul Bendall, who's our CEO, and from whom you'll hear in just a minute. Yeah, fantastic to see you here this morning, and one of the common themes through the presentations we've been doing over the course of the last couple of weeks is the fantastic turnouts we've had from our investors. We've had sellout crowds, full house in Te Awamutu and Matamata, and again we're nearly full house here today. So it's a sign that our investors are really energised and keen to hear more about their investment and what's going on in the company. We are going to probably next year have to look around at bigger venues. This year we have 400 more investors than we had at the same time last year, so nearly 6,400 investors all up. First Mortgage Trust has a long-standing history in the Tauranga area, and some of you will have been involved even before First Mortgage Trust through your solicitors' nominee companies, which was the genesis of the company. So you can see we've got a lot of clients in the region, and some of you have been here since we opened the doors nearly 30 years ago. So really great for us to be able to catch up with you and to see you all here today. So today on the agenda, first up we've got Paul, as I said. He'll give you an update on how the fund's performing and insights into the loan book, our recent achievements and our focus for the future. Following Paul, we've got our economist, Tony Alexander, to give a presentation. I'm sure most of you will know Tony. His brand is as Kiwi as Vegemite and Toyota Hilux. So he'll share some of his observations and insights regarding the economic landscape generally, and in particular as it relates to the property market. And then we will have some time for Q&A. We'll have time for Q&A after Paul's presentation as well. And before we close, we'll have a short video presentation from our 2023 Youth Sponsorship recipient. And then finally, we'll wrap up with morning tea, and we'd love for you to stay and join us for a cuppa and a sausage roll. More interest in the sausage roll than what I've got to say. Okay. Look, before I pass over to Paul, I thought I'd take a moment to talk about the board. We're a board of 6, and between us we've got a breadth of skills and experience in areas such as banking, property management, investment management, legal, and of course governance. We have one of our other directors here today, Kylie. I think I saw Kylie out the back over here. And we're really, many of you will know Kylie, and we're really lucky and pleased to have been able to get her experience onto our board. Earlier this year, we farewelled one of our long-standing directors, Ian Farrelly. Ian was an integral part of the team for the past 16 years, and when he joined the board, FMT had 3,700 investors and 347 million in funds under management. Today we have over 6,400 investors and more than 1.65 billion in funds under management. Ian's tenure saw First Mortgage Trust weather the global financial crisis and a pandemic, and throughout those times his steady guidance and experience was invaluable. With Ian leaving, I know he felt confident that the business was in a strong position to continue growing and to provide excellent service to both its investors and borrowers. We are obviously extremely grateful to Ian for his dedicated service and wish him all the best. I hope he did well yesterday. He's a racehorse bloodstock enthusiast and was at the Melbourne Cup. And I didn't get any photos from last night, so I'm not quite sure how the day went for him, but I'm sure he had a good time. So when he left, it left some pretty big boots to fill. But we believe, and we're really pleased, we think we've found the right person, we're sure we have, in Simon Cotter, who's just joined the board. Simon brings a wealth of experience and financial acumen to the table. He has an impressive background in the financial services industry, including from his career as a corporate valuer at investment bank Grant Samuel. He also sits on the board of Mainfreight and has since 2013 and been very instrumental in the success of that company. We've no doubt Simon's expertise is going to prove a valuable asset to the board and to the wider FMT team. While I'm going to leave Paul to talk about the fund in more detail, I do want to talk a little bit about the fund from a high level. We are well aware, fully aware of the recent tough times. Inflation's high, there's a cost of living crisis, there's overseas tension and wars, and we've just been through an election. And all of this can create market uncertainty, and for people to be understandably cautious as a result, especially when it comes to investing. Some assets have experienced some volatility, and it's never nice to see hard-earned savings and investments go down in value. So, in times like these, First Mortgage Trust have been able to provide a safe haven for our investors. Our team has worked really hard, and while other assets have decreased in value for the past 6 quarters, our return has increased. This impressive achievement showcases our commitment to ensuring our investors' peace of mind, investing and protect your capital and growth and grow your wealth. We're really grateful for the trust that you place in us, and we never take this for granted. And despite economic uncertainty, our fund has continued to grow, and this is primarily driven by our current investors' referrals and recommendations, for which we thank you. It's also reassuring to note the continued growth in the fund from an investor point of view is good for you. This growth benefits by diversifying risk. To give you this context, today our fund is secured by over 650 loans, which are secured against 1,300 properties nationwide. So on balance, 2 properties for every loan. It reflects our diverse portfolio and prudent risk management. Paul will give you some more insight in depth on this in detail and answer some questions you may have. So from the board's perspective, we're really pleased with the performance of the fund. We have a high level of confidence in the expertise and the vision of the team. And we're also really positive about the future, and we'll be continuing to invest in the business as we grow to ensure our reputation for providing exceptional customer service and a safe home for investor capital is always maintained. I think you've probably heard enough from me now, so thank you for your time. Thank you for coming out. I look forward to catching up with you all over a cuppa. And now I'd like to invite Paul, our CEO, to share the latest updates on the business and provide further insights into our strategy and future plans. Thank you.